Hey, welcome back, and as always, thanks for watching. With the release of Lightyear coming out in June, I figured today I'll take you through some easy steps on how to draw Buzz correctly every single time. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to remember with Buzz is he's basically made up of circles. So let's start with his head. So we're going to draw a circle. We're going to keep it loose, as always. We're circling from our shoulder. We're practicing warming up and then laying down our pencil lightly, going over till we have a circle that we like. From there, let's draw him at an up angle that we see in the trailer. So he's looking up, so we're going to draw a line 3/4 view to show the center of his face, and it's slightly angled up. From there, we can go and draw his chin, and Buzz has a very big chin, so we can draw his chin about half the size of this circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the line from the circle straight down on one side, and then curve underneath like so. On the other side, we're going to extend down. We're going about 1/3 in from the circle, and we're going to come down like this and then join on the other side. Okay? So his eye set will sit approximately halfway through that circle every single time, only now he's looking up, so that eye set's going to sit a little bit higher. So let's draw an arch just above the halfway line of the circle. The ear line in this particular case will sit a little bit lower than the half because he is looking up and the ears will drop down. So we're just going to draw a circle where it reaches that on line approximately very lightly here. From there, we can extend the back of the circle, which will be his neck, straight down. And we can extend the neck on the other side straight down as well. So we're just going to go slightly inside the chin and extend it straight down there. Now from here, we're going to draw a circle fairly large at the bottom, and we're going to draw through his head. So I'm warming up, practicing my circle, which will go approximately from shoulder to shoulder. So I'm looking at it about a width like this. So it's going to go through his head. I'm warming up and I lay down my pencil and I start putting in that circle till I get something that I like. This will represent his body. So from here, you're going to draw a light circle just beneath his chin to go from the edges of the circle. So it's going to be an oval like this, and we're warming up, we're keeping it light, we're going approximately from the edges of those circles. Okay? Now Buzz has his suit, and from there we're gonna draw another circle. Okay, so keeping it light here is goes right underneath his chin. You're going to draw another circle that follows that one. And then we're going to continue the center line of his face. So his chest is out because he's wearing a suit. So the center line of his chest will be out as well. So imagine this center line and then goes in for this neck slightly, back out like this, and then it's further out. So we're not continuing in a straight line here, but we're actually going to curve out like this, just slightly off center from the face. And then from here, we can lay in simple circles at the edges of this larger oval. You're going to lay in those circles. You can lay two on top of each other, back to back. Right? Simple. Join those circles. And we start to have the shape of a body. So from here, we're going to arch the bottom side of his chest. So the bottom side of the circle here, about a third of the way up of this circle, we're going to arch like this. So from here, we're going to pick a point that is going to arch back in. So where that starts is approximately at the same spot as this circle here. So if you keep a curve like this, for example, then this is going to start arching back in. So this starts arching back in here like so. Okay? Now from here, you're going to curve that out to the top over here. So we have our circle, we're going to go slightly beyond, and just ever so slightly we're going to arch back in like this. On the outside of this side, we're going to go slightly beyond our circle, same thing. And then at the bottom here where we arched in, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to arch out to our circle and meet those two lines. So we're using our bigger circle as a guide to follow. Okay? Continuing to use our guide here, we're going to arch and follow this just slightly below it, like this. And then from there, this will come back down to the circle, where it will join here. Okay, so same thing on this side. We're going to arch in this particular direction on this side of his body, and this will curve back in, following the circle. Okay, his body will continue down from here, and then his body will continue down on the other side. Now, we're not going to draw in his arms today, but we can show them quickly by representing where the shoulders and the arms would go. So the shoulders will fit in this slot. So if I draw a circle very lightly to fill in that slot, and then on the other side, very lightly to fill in that slot. So on this side, we're not seeing it completely as it's hidden by his chest, but on this side, we're seeing more of it. So from here, these shoulders would come out, and they don't join at the top because he is like a toy, and then it would come out on the side here. So same thing on this side, it will come out like this, and then come out on the other side as such. Okay, so this particular area, he has straps, so we're going to want to add those straps in as well. So the straps will go from this section of his chest down in and around the back. So on this section of his chest, it is wrapping right there. Okay, so now we can start to add just a little bit of detail without going too crazy. But those are the simple steps of his chest. Let's add in his face. So keeping this simple, again, we have the eye line here, and we can use that to create a brow. So up on one side, thick, and then down on the other side. And we'll do the same kind of thing on this side. Up, and then thick, and down. Okay, let's have him looking up. So we'll just draw a dot here, and a dot here. His nose and his mouth line. His mouth line falls approximately at the third or so inside the original circle that we created. So from approximately here, we'll give him a little smile. Okay, and then just above it, we'll show his nose by drawing in a little line there. Okay, so from here, right above, approximately a third down from the top of the circle, we're going to draw an arch to represent where his forehead is, and we're going to arch that approximately to his eyebrow line. So if you imagine his eyebrow line following this kind of shape, then this is where we're going to want to stop. Okay, then we're going to curve in slightly and down. Okay, and we can curve all the way down to his chin as such. The outside of the circle here, we're going to curve it out like this, and then back in and back out for his cheekbone. Okay, so then you have the top of his head, which depending on your circle you can cut off slightly like I'm doing now, back to the back of his head as such. The circle for his ear should come out ever so slightly, and then the back of his neck. Okay, so then we have the back here, and then we can put in some of his suit buttons, let's say. Okay, so keeping in this centered across his chest here, we're going to have a circle approximately three quarters of the way on the right, or halfway between the center. So here we're going to put a circle very lightly. Okay, you can do the same on the other side, but we're going to do a slightly arched rectangle. Okay, and then down the center line here, he's going to have kind of a triangular type shield, which the wings will sit into for his logo of his chest. So we're going to triangle out, and it's going to be longer on this side because we're seeing more of it, and then back in. So there we go. Okay, and then at the bottom it's kind of the opposite. Right underneath here we're gonna follow the curve a little bit and then out. Okay, so there we go. So that is very quickly some general guidelines that you can follow to draw Buzz every single time. So what we want to do now is lighten this ever so slightly with our erasers, more in areas where we may have put some lines that we don't like, and then just come back in here and clean up some areas. I'm not going to clean this up too much, but you feel free to do that as much as you'd like. So I'm going to get rid of these lines here, which were guidelines, right? Of course, these were guidelines for you as well. Then I'm going to get rid of some of the lines here, some of the lines here, some of the lines here. Okay. So feel free to come back in here with a marker or a pencil and go darker on your lines. So his eye line is coming in slightly, right? And back out, and then down and around for his jaw. So there you go. So if you're drawing Buzz, what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, what you want to do, right? Circle for the head. I'm gonna do where the eye line sits. So let's say here, you're gonna go down on one side and then round out a big chin. Your ear line goes down on the other side and we'll join that chin. Okay? And then about halfway is going to be your eye line. A third of the way is going to be your mouth. And then your nose just above it. Okay, and then a third of the way to the circle here. And then back down for his helmet. And then the circle on this side to represent his ear, and down from that circle. And you're gonna get Buzz every single time. And from there you can come out a little bit on his eye line here, out this way. And there's Buzz Lightyear. I hope that helped you, and it kept it simple enough that you can redraw him every single time. Alright? Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to see your drawings, so go ahead and send them to me, and I'll take a look. Alright? Take care. Bye.